Okay, we also have plenty of herbs here. We've got, beside you here, we've got the oregano. It's actually flowering. We shouldn't really we don't want it to flower. We really want the leaves. There's stronger flavour in the leaves and not so much flavour in the flowers. But I don't know a lot about the flowering, whether we can use them or not, but I believe when they're dry, the flavour won't be as strong, but they're certainly usable. Then next to this we have the dim yam. Here we have some really nice plants actually. We've been sowing at different times. We've grown everything we've grown from seed. Grown all the plants ourselves from seed. Here we have, I think this is what they call summer dim yam. I'm not sure though. We have two types. We have summer and German dim yam. I'm not sure which is which. It's looking very nice though. Next to the dim yam we have Günteli. Now Günteli is one of the herbs that gives they say a savoury flavour, a type of peppery flavour to a herb mix, and to me it's rather odd, but I'm going to use it in our herb mix. Next to the summer savoury we have the winter savoury, and this hasn't flowered yet. This is probably exactly what savoury is meant to look like. This is probably one that it's just starting to flower on the bottom here, but these are the sort of stems we're going to dry. We're going to dry these stems, and we'll either sell them fresh like this, or then we'll dry them and we'll peel can you see how easily the leaves come off? And this will be dried, and then this will be put into our herb mix, and this will be the peppery or savoury part of the herb mix. In English this is actually called savoury, this plant, summer savoury and winter savoury, or the other way around. This is marjoram, meirami, and it's the same as oregano, just slightly different, and it hasn't really worked because it's been so dry, the whole plant is just flowering. I'm going to try again next year. I mean, we can use and dry the flowers. We can dry these and we'll get the same similar flavour to the oregano, but you can see we don't have many leaves on it, so it's okay, but it's not the best. It's too dry here. Then next to that we have the salvia. We have two types of salvia, and this has worked. The plants are rather small. This was grown from seed, not from cuttings. The plants are rather small, and I still don't know if I take one sprig here, right, if you look at the sprig, we've got some large leaves which are going to dry, and then we also have the growing tips, and you'll see on the next varieties. So we have these tips and then we have the leaves, and I'm not sure how big the leaves can go, what these are going to be like when they're dry. But if we have a look at the other salvia variety, the other sage, you see it's actually a better variety for this. Can you see we've got lots of buds on the stem, and this is going to be these little buds. Take them off the stem. This is what we're going to dry, these little buds, and these are going to have really nice, these are going to look really beautiful when they're dry. So two types of savoury, and I think this is a very nice variety, this one. This was actually grown from cuttings, not from seed. That was grown from seed and this was grown from cuttings. Then we have a racuna, Ranskalainen racuna, a French tarragon. It's the better of the two tarragons. And once again, if you look at the stem, we've got these little branches coming off the stem, and this is what we want for the flavour. So we don't want to have the woody stem in there. When we've dried it, or before we dry it, we'll peel these off, take any brown leaves out, and then we'll have these little tips and growing stems. So when these are dry, this will be the either fresh tarragon to use, or will be dried tarragon. Hopefully we'll use some of this fresh. I'm not sure though. I'm waiting for the cooks to say how to use that. I've been trimming the rosemary to try and get these shoots, and you can see here where I've trimmed the top, each time I've trimmed it, it's given 2 shoots. So now we have a lot of really nice, beautiful, soft little rosemary shoots. Some of these will dry and some of them will sell in fresh bunches. Very dry summer, and I think this is showing how dry it is, because I would have expected this, they're looking very nice, but I would have expected this parsley now to be a big bush. They're coming stems all the time from the plant, and really this should be, if it had been a normal summer, this should be up here somewhere. We'll still get plenty of parsley, and now it's rained, I can see straight away it's started to grow really quickly. So in another 2 or 3 weeks, if we don't get very cold weather or frost, this will come. There's become a lot of parsley from here, and it still will be lovely and tender, lovely light green and tender. It's not really working. The plants weren't very good. I could have directly sown it, but I made plants, and I'm hoping this will give this flower, this kronodilli. Hopefully, and up there we have sown them a bit tighter, and we'll try and get some of the fresh stems. But we'll see what happens here. They were attacked as well. Something started to eat them, but they seem to have recovered.